Hello everyone, my name is BetNoBX and today I wanted to go over how to make thumbnails like I do. So I have been asked by quite a few different people how I make my thumbnails, and you'll see right here I've got a lot of my thumbnails that are on the same little tab, all done in Inkscape. You'll notice that there's a setup of using them mostly through Unreal Images, and then some of them are cut together. So yeah, if you're wondering how I do mine, I actually, in Unreal, I have my project open, and a lot of the times I'll add in a cinematic camera. Okay, so I'll pilot it, and then I'll tend to find a good spot that looks really nice. Like one of my thumbnails is currently set right here, and it has the character running through, and it sets up the thing. If I really wanted to make the depth show a bit more, I could set the character running. Okay, so I could set up the walk, and I could have the character walking through here. Then I would take the camera, and I could actually set the focus over here by going to the hold on. Oh no, yeah, right, still set. I could go to the camera over here, go to the focus settings, and I could actually click this, drag it on down. It'll allow me to see this pink wall, and that selects the exact focal distance where it's located at. So I can use that to kind of blur out the foreground and background. So if I wanted to, I could scroll down to my aperture over here. This will allow me to prevent a certain amount of light to leak in. And if I set this up right, over here is the max. So I lower that minimum f-stop. I lower it down even more. There we go. We can get the character to be in focus and slowly blur out what I don't want to have in focus. So there we go. This little area right by the camera is now blurry, and the character is in full focus. The background is slightly blurry. So then I would just take an image like this. And then I have a set that I use for my stuff to be able to keep people on brand. Make sure to make your own little brand idea for it. So then I can right click, move to layer. And then now that it's set up in here, I set one. And then I have a second one underneath it. And then I have a third one underneath that one. So how I do this is I have a triple layer for the graphic. And what this allows it to do is if I take all three of these, the third one's blurred, the second one is solid black, then the top one is the colored one, and then I do double the colors in order to catch more attention. So with this, I just drag it on down, boom, and you'll see that it's got that haze around it because we got that blur of it. Then I drag the other one on top of it, and you'll see it's slightly off to the side, and that creates this very easy to read little design. And when I put that all together on top of the image, it allows it to stick out even in areas where it normally wouldn't, because the words themselves are 3D. And that's about it. I do stuff like that. I play around with colors, and I play with the idea of you want to keep things on eye level with characters. So like down here, if I wanted the scene to kind of sell right here, I could actually shrink it down a little bit and set it over the character and set it off to the side a little. And that would help sell this one to be a bit better. And then because I have the lights over, the little signals over here, because this was a beginner tutorial for teaching the lights, I would just change the words around here and set that up like that. Now we've got a little thing going around the character, or I could actually just get rid of these altogether and clear up some of that room and kind of make this larger. Kind of emphasize it. And then we got ones that are like down here where I would take it, and instead of it just being directly in the center, I would separate it with the line going in between where the color swaps. So there we go. And then this would be animation retargeting. So over here would be animation, then over here would be retargeting. So yeah, it's as simple as that. For other ones like this, I just drag it over and then I kind of angle it around to where it matches the background a bit better. So instead of it just being like the classic one, I would actually kind of set it to match to the background a bit more. Kind of like that. And then just to add a bit of extra to it, I could grab the face. And then with Inkscape, I don't know what it would be for your other programs. You'd have to figure that out. We're rotoscoping the face, so we're just gonna need that much. We don't need any more. I can shift click, right click, set clip, grab this face. Now I can undo, paste, put this face right where the other face is. And oh, there we go. What the? Now we just line it a bit better. There we go. Almost can't tell. And now if we go ahead and play with our words again, I can slide it over, and now the character is in front of the words. So I can have it say depth side scrolling. I believe this has been used in a few different ones. But yeah, that just allows you to get the character in front of your text and a bunch of other things. So yeah, that's how I go ahead and go about making my thumbnails. It's figuring out how I want to do things. People really tend to like the one where the character is walking away. So yeah, it's not incredibly difficult. It's really paying attention, keeping up with what people seem to like, and really paying attention as you're going, because you have to constantly evolve how you're doing your thumbnails. This is just where I'm doing them currently. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Find your own little font that you like to use. Find things that really separate you. I used to go with green, but I'm learning that red is catching a bit more attention. White sometimes catches a bit more attention. Yellow's a good one for it. Yeah, other than that, that's really just how I do it. I take a screenshot, I drag it in, I get the logo for Unreal, I put it somewhere on a lot of the videos if it's Unreal specific. If it's not, I just use the words, and then I do that triple layer in order to separate it out. You don't have to use two blacks, you can use a different color. However you want to do it, just something that gives you a unique style. If you copy mine, it's not going to help either of us. In fact, it's just going to detract from both. But this gives you an idea of the process I go about doing them. So you can use this to create your own little process on making your own style for them. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please consider hitting like and consider subscribing. Yeah, I hope you all have a good day.